as someone who writes short stories and teaches others how to do the same. I've found I can learn a lot from other authors. My daughter and I recently read a guide to being born by Ramona Ausabel, a collection of engaging, quirky, thought provoking short stories. In this series, I am going to show you how Ramona's stories fit into my tilt, writing philosophy, as a way to illustrate how the process works. I will go through her list of stories in order, show how they fit into Tilt, share my favorite part of each story, and then rank them by my favorite within the book. I'm going to use my Tilt method to present how the story unfolds. In Tilt, we first present the character, and in this case, her name is Alice. She's one of many grandmothers who find themselves on a freighter with no idea of how they got there or where they are going. Alice is calm and introspective, finding the nicest bench and described as lover of views of great expanses, finding a rare sense of peace and happiness in simply observing the massive open world around her. The next step in Tilt. What does the character want? When Alice realizes that the ship is a place of limbo between life and death, Alice wants the independence and peace of choosing her own path. She is in contrast with other grandmothers who want to return to their daily routines of watching Wheel of Fortune, or those who are making lists and making a practical exploration of the ship to find a way back to real life. What's the tilt in this story? What does Alice have to overcome to let herself experience the peace and playfulness she desires? Her ultimate challenges are facing her past imperfections and letting go of the people she loved. She deeply loves her children and grandchildren, and leaving them behind is an anchor to her past. The story wraps with Alice tying a knot around her legs. By dedicating a knot to everyone she has ever known, she processes her lifetime of relationships at once. This allows her to let go, saying, "Now I can say that I loved them all." The tilt philosophy encourages the use of magic or magical realism as needed to keep the story moving. Safe Passage is a wonderful example. We have grandmothers waking up on a freighter and no idea how they got there. We have crates full of yellow roses for some mysterious reason, and another crate full of children's baseball bats that Alice eventually turns into fishing rods. One of my favorite scenes from this story is when Alice catches a deep sea creature. All of the grandmothers want to name it after their loved ones. But Alice declares, "I shall name it Fishy." This shows her independent nature and her readiness to move on to her next realm. The other grandmothers name the fish after their loved ones, and as it jumps back into the ocean, they yell after it, "Goodbye, Walter! Goodbye, Bonnie!" I could vividly imagine this being part of a movie. I'm happy the book opened with this story. Even though the story deals with death, the author writes about it with a sense of playfulness and independence. The author shows that joy and absurdity can coexist with sadness. Out of the stories in the book, I rate this one my second favorite out of 11.